Just before we begin this video, just to let you know, I have started my new Deep Web series. The link is below. Let me know if you got a notification for this video. I feel like YouTube was just like, nah. So go and check it out. Really interesting sites, some vendors, the Parler leak, and of course, more of these disgusting communities that we're trying to put an end to. So go and check it out. Link is below. How are you doing, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you're all having a warm January, because I am freezing. Okay, I'm growing out the beard because it's freezing. All right. Right, we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to get stuck right into this video. Please make sure you subscribe if you've not subscribed. The red button down below, it is free. It would really help me out. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. Please share. Please do everything you can to help me do this. YouTube is on a big time suppression. Ever since the kiddie sniffer. I sniffed a girl and I liked it. Like, channels are being shut down, things are being suppressed, and we're going to dive into the Parler situation in a future video. But today, it's all about Twitter and how Twitter is now in a lawsuit for refusing to remove child media from its platform from a young boy. We're going to dive into this case. We're going to look at the history that Twitter has, the MAP movement, all of the things that have been allowed to cultivate and come to fruition on this platform. We're also going to look at governing bodies, the IWF and other institutes, and how they have reported on Twitter's mishap of not removing this content for a long time. Let's get stuck into it. Let's have a look at the New York Post article that was released. Okay, so you can see the Twitter post here. Twitter refused to remove child porn because it didn't violate its policies. Wow. Just insane. Insane. And obviously, I mean, in the comments here, people are pointing out pretty heavily that it doesn't really have anything to do with your policy. It's the law. A lot of people talking about morals, but, you know, the law. Okay, Twitter refused to remove child porn because it didn't violate its policies lawsuit. Twitter refused to take down widely shared pornographic images and videos of a teenage sex trafficking victim because an investigation didn't find a violation of the company's policies, a scathing lawsuit alleges. The federal suit filed on Wednesday by the victim and his mother of the Northern District of California alleges Twitter made money off the clips which showed the 13-year-old boy engaged in sex acts, a form of child sexual abuse material or child porn, the suit states. The teen, who is 17 and lives in Florida, is identified as John Doe and was between 13 and 14 years old when sex traffickers posing as a 16-year-old female classmate started chatting with him on Snapchat, the suit alleges. Doe and the traffickers allegedly exchanged nudes photos before the conversation turned to blackmail. If the teen doesn't share more sexually graphic photos and videos, and explicit material he'd already sent would be shared with his parents, coach, pastor, and others, the suit states. Doe, acting under duress, initially complied and sent videos of himself performing sexual acts, and was also told to include another child in his video, which he did, the suit claims. Eventually, Doe blocked the traffickers and they stopped harassing him. But at some point in 2009, the video surfaced on Twitter under 2 accounts and were known to share child sexual abuse material, the court alleged. Over the next month, the videos would be reported to Twitter and at least 3 times, the first on the December 25th, 2009, but the tech giant failed to do anything about it until the federal law enforcement officer got involved, the suit states. Damn, this is insane, and this is not a new issue with Twitter, and we're going to get into that in a minute. Doe became aware of the tweets in January 2020 because they'd been viewed widely by his classmates, which subjected him to teasing, harassment, vicious bullying, and led him to become suicidal, the court's records show. While Doe's parents contacted the school and made the police report, he filed a complaint with Twitter saying that there were 2 tweets depicting child pornography of himself and they needed to be removed because they were illegal, harmful, and were in violation of the site's policies. A support agent followed up by asking for a copy of the Doe's ID so that they could prove it was him after The teen complied. There was no response for a week, the family claims. Around the same time, Doe's mother filed 2 complaints with Twitter reporting the same material for a week. She also received no response, the lawsuit states. Finally, on January 28, Twitter replied to Doe and said they wouldn't be taking it down. The material, which had already racked up 167,000 views and 2,223 retweets, the suit states. That's insane. Imagine seeing your child's sextortion material, because that's effectively what we're talking about here. Obviously, there's another child involved. That is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Especially when you consider the mindset of a 13-year-old. It's just unreal what people are willing to do. Okay, thanks for reaching out. We've reviewed the content and didn't find a violation of our policies, so no action will be taken at this time. The response reads according to the lawsuit. If you believe there is potential copyright infringement, please start a new report. If the content is hosted on a third-party website, you'll need to contact the website support team and report it. For your safety is the most important thing. And if you believe you're in danger, we encourage you to contact the local authorities. That's insane that they're pushing the fact that if it's a copyright issue, they would like them to try again. But if it's your own child being forced into making child abuse content, you know, who cares about that? Okay, so we're going to read here how John Doe reacted and responded to this, because I mean, could you imagine you've been sextorted and a company like Twitter is refusing to take down your re-traumatizing abuse material? What do you mean you don't see a problem? We're both minors right now, and we're minors at the start of these videos were taken. We're both 13 years of age, and we were baited, harassed, and threatened to take and make these videos. We are now they're now being posted without permission. We do not authorize these videos at all, and they need to be taken down, the teen wrote back on Twitter. He even included the case number from a local law enforcement agency, but still the tech giant allegedly ignored and refused anything about the illegal child sexual abuse material, as it continued to rack up more and more views. Later that day, John Doe's mum connected with an agent from the Department of Homeland Security through a mutual contact who had successfully had the videos removed on Jan 30th, the suit states. Only after this takedown demand from a federal agent did Twitter suspend the user's account where the disgusting, where the content was. So basically what they're saying there is that Twitter did nothing until Homeland Security got involved. The disturbing lawsuit goes on to allege that Twitter knowingly hosts creeps who use their platform to exchange child porn material and profits from it by including ads and interseparated between tweets, advertising, or requesting the material. Damn. Early Thursday, Twitter declined to comment. Yeah, I bet they did. Oh, man. Apparently, Twitter has a zero tolerance for any material that features promotes child sexual exploitation. We aggressively fight online child sexual abuse of heavily invented. Look, that is absolute bullshit. Okay, so this is Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey is an American technological entrepreneur and philanthropist and co-founder and CEO of Twitter. All right, Jack, what are you doing, mate? Seriously, what are you doing? Okay, Jack, just so we all know who we're talking to here. Unbelievable. So, Jack, you need to seriously sort your platform. This is disgusting. Okay, so when we jump into Hacker News, you can see a whole bunch of people talking about Parler and about how, this has been a long time coming for Twitter. It has. It really, really has. Because this is an ongoing issue. This has been going on for a long time. Twitter sued by survivor of child sexual exploitation. The filing alleges Twitter didn't take appropriate action until they were contacted by federal agents, as we've just read. This is just going to keep going on and on. We cannot not talk about this. Okay? Twitter has to answer for the fact that it is allowed its platform to be populated by predators, populated by people that create and distribute and profit from this sort of content, and have literally allowed the child abuse rebranding to take place on their platform with the MAP movement. Why am I so sure this has been an ongoing issue? This is a report, okay, from the IWF, the Internet Watch Foundation. Nearly half of child abuse content shared on social media is on Twitter. What? If every time a kid went into McDonald's, they were sexually harassed, do you think McDonald's would exist? No. Okay? So it's very easy to ignore these situations when it's digital media, when we can click off a tab and we don't have to continue reading the article because it upsets us. But if this was real world, physical real world buildings and not websites, this would not be happening. The UK-based Internet Watch Foundation has revealed that nearly half of the child abuse content in social media space is being shared openly on microblogging platform Twitter. Okay? This is November 2019, people. According to the report in The Telegraph that access to IWF data, 49% of the images and videos URL links found on social media and search engine and cloud services in the last 3 years were on Twitter, making up 1,396 of the total 2,835 incidents. What? We search for child sexual abuse images and videos and offer a place for the public to report anonymously. We then have them removed, it is said on the website. Microsoft's Bing search engine was second in the IWF report. What? So basically the Bing search engine not removing sites properly and allowing those sites to be cached on their search engine. Damn. But this is not fake news. This is not conspiracy. This is reality. This is YouTube. This is Twitter in a nutshell.
This is me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell. How did I get into this nutshell?
Twitter has the most child abusive content of all social media platforms, the report says. And the Internet Watch Foundation, which you can see here, they are no joke. This is who I report through. This is who I encourage all of you to report through if you find any abuse material on the surface, deep web, social media, absolutely anything. Link is always in the description. Always. Twitter leads in child abuse content on social media. This is not fake news. This is being reported on for a long time. And for Twitter to be now finally dragged for the crimes they're being allowed to flourish on their platform couldn't have happened sooner. Now, I spoke earlier about the MAP movement. I spoke earlier about all of these groups and hashtags that have been allowed to be used on Twitter, especially when it was like the mega downloads, the various hashtags that have associated with abuse content throughout the years that we've covered. All right, so what I'd like to do is I'm going to leave links down below to these videos and these streams that I've previously covered, the amount of abuse content and the MAP movement that's been allowed to happen throughout my time on social media, on Twitter. Facebook has got its things to answer for as well. We had our expose of Twitter, our expose of Facebook stream removed, like literally the day after we made it. It's still available on other platforms, I might add. Links in the link tree. But this is a shocking revelation for parents all around the world. Twitter's stock has just went straight down. They're absolutely floundering. And financially destroying a company like this is when they listen. So I'll keep you guys updated with this. Twitter finally having to answer for what they've allowed to flourish on their platform. And I really hope this young boy and his mother and everyone who was sadly sextorted gets justice. Now, if you guys want to learn more about sextortion, I've made 2 documentaries on this. I'll leave the links down below. I'll play you a little clip here.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jess. I noticed that you're kind of cute. I hope this doesn't sound lame, but sometimes you just want to have some fun. Do you know what I mean? And I'd really like to have some fun with you. I could take my top off. You like that, don't you? You could take your top off. Maybe your jeans too. I'd like to watch you doing stuff. while I do stuff. Except, maybe you shouldn't. 'Cause you know what? You're being recorded. Understand?
Gorgeous, isn't she? Yeah, she works for me.
You're being blackmailed.
Your contacts have been downloaded. The film will be shared with your friends, your family, your workmates,
Everyone you know.
unless you pay. And if you think you can talk me out of it, think again. Because for those of us pressing the buttons behind the scenes, it's just business.
I think it's really important for parents to understand the real dangers that come from sextortion, the horrendous cases of suicide that have come from young boys and girls being blackmailed, whether it's on the surface web, whether it's on the deep web, or if it's in apps. We are focusing heavily on all the ways that predators can get access to your kids in 2021 in the documentary In Plain Sight. Now, I'm going to play the current trailer for that, and I hope when this documentary drops in a couple of weeks, you guys will share and help me get the word out to as many people as we can.
I've worked at Argos since 2001. In the last 18 years, I've seen everything from images and videos of young babies being sexually abused through to teenagers crying and distraught as they're sextorted on web cameras. If you'd seen what I've seen, you would never allow your child alone in their bedroom with an internet-capable device.
And all of the men that you see across this board were recently arrested in an undercover operation with the Attorney General's office. Now, agents say all of these men were engaging in online activity through social media apps and websites, trying to find children and then meet them for sex.
If you've seen what I've seen, I know that no parent would hand over a device to a child with blind trust and absolute ignorance.
Agents say these two men met people on Whisper. These two wanted Craigslist. All of these men were trying to meet children on mobile texting and chatting apps, Scout, Kik, and Grindr.
If you've seen what I've seen, you tell your children they can only talk to people online that they actually know, and they certainly shouldn't be meeting up.
Been messaging your daughter. Have been for weeks. I really get her, she says. Make her feel all grown up. Oh, those pictures she sent me. Nice. I told her she was beautiful. She really fell for that. She's coming over tomorrow for a few drinks. We'll see what happens. Cannot wait.
The fact that we have so many social sites out there and technology keeps increasing and more apps come out and more social sites, we're going to see an increase in that.
If you'd seen what I'd seen, you'd seriously think about what you're putting online, not just what your kids are posting. Putting pictures up online of your children might be cute to you, but it's attractive to others.
It's really important for your kids to just always know that nothing is so bad that they can't talk to you about it.
I would just like to say one more thing, and I'm talking to the guys. This one's for the boys, all right? Lockdown last year has been shit. A lot of people are losing their businesses. A lot of people who have this image of being the man and the provider have had that completely removed from them. And there is a shocking number of men in the UK and around the world who commit suicide every day. I really think it's important that men are given a chance to cry and be emotional around the people that are closest to them. And I know this sounds weird, right? But I seen something today on the internet that really got to me. And I just think it's important that we talk a lot about mental health, and we talk a lot about being there for people and checking on the old lady that lives next door to you. And, you know, there's a big focus for men anyway to feel like they need to protect women and children and all that kind of stuff. It's burned into us. You know what I'm saying? It's burnt into us since the caveman days. If you think that there's somebody out there who maybe needs someone, reach out now. Like, reach out to them now. Like, do it. Because loneliness, isolation, a sense of losing who you are can devastate people. And taking 10 or 15 minutes to just make someone understand that no matter what happens in their life, no matter what they do for a living, that they will still be loved. And even though things are bad right now, it will get better. Saying that can turn the tides in some very dark thoughts within people. So love each other, and please, 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 if you've had any mental health or suicidal or dark thoughts, I'm leaving a bunch of links in the description where you guys can go and anonymously make a phone call and break down and have a good old fucking cry if you need to. Alright? There's nothing more manly than opening up, understanding that you've got some shit that you need to work on, and taking the steps to do that. If it's all about providing for your family, provide them with the best version of you, and reach out, because I just can't keep seeing more men being found dead in their homes.